Welcome to Pinkbike's Downhill World Cup coverage. It is practice day in my spare room. In Liège, we've got our man on the ground. It's Charlie Coquillard, our videographer. Charlie, how is it looking out there?
Not so good for everyone, Ben. It's torrential out here.
That sounds absolutely terrible, Charlie. I am glad I'm not there. Thank you for your efforts. You do look very dashing in your jacket there. So, I need you to get on track. I want you to film all the action. I want you to talk to some interesting people.
It's hard because there's roots everywhere.
And I want you to just get all the info.
Yeah, Ben, it's so wet out there.
To give our viewers all the context. Go.
Thank you, Ben. So today we're going to go and check out the new sections of track. There's 2 lomas in the woods that apparently got cut quite recently, so it's very fresh. It may be quite different this morning that it will be the day of the race. Obviously the riders are going to go past, they're going to figure out lines, they're going to cut some ruts. So we'll see how they evolve throughout the weekend, and you'll see on Saturday how the race is actually raced. They've also redone that section where everyone crashed on last year. Remember that left to right-hander which was really greasy by the day of finals? Yes, this one. Well, they have changed that corner and put it a little bit further back and built it up a little bit more so you could hit it harder. They've also increased the security measures by adding some proper ski nets with wires on the top. It's going to be really tough filming today considering how wet the weather is. But we're going to go down the track, film these new sections, and hopefully by the end of this video you will have a good idea of the layout of the track and of the challenge the riders will have to face on Saturday.
Today we will start from the middle of the track where the lake is and head down to the bottom. Reason for this is the new fresh sections are up top and we need to wait until they're cut up to be giving you some valuable insights. Now to the action.
Yeah, to try to avoid the section from last year that was really hold. The roots were like really big. Definitely trying to go around and create new section. This one is more like trying every year to find a new solution. Every year we try to move a bit on the left side. So it means that there is like a huge off camber. At the moment it's so right, but for sure there is so many roots underneath. So for the final it's just gonna be like mad. That's gonna dry out a little bit, but still we are like in the wood section where it's really humid. So that's never gonna be like a full dry race.
I'm currently at the Dévers de Lutin and it seems to be causing quite a lot of trouble. So they got to go up on those roots, then kind of down into that left corner. It's really slippery. It's caught a lot of riders out already. And off that corner, there's a pull you can do. It's quite like tricky, like you got to pull quite hard and it's really greasy and you land in this off camber, super wet, muddy. And after that, you kind of gap back into a really harsh compression. I reckon some riders are going to get caught out in that compression or in the off camber. It's a really interesting section and it's been rebuilt for this year.
It's basically just one big river running down the mountain now, really. The track at this point, it's just been hosing down the whole morning. As it is now, it's probably better to ride with more grip. Just with it being new, you get soft loam. And that soft loam, when it gets wet, just moves out of the way super easy. You end up with a completely different track almost than as to when practice started. I think a bit more of an aggressive tire, maybe not a full mud tire, but like an intermediate, will definitely give you a bit more braking control today.
And I'm hearing, oh gosh, it's too wet to film. Charlie, what is happening?
Yeah, Ben, it's so wet out there. I had to ditch my camera because it was just getting too wet. So I'm like kind of filming on the iPhone and doing it. As you can see, I got sprayed out in one of the corners by I'm pretty sure it was like burning. Thanks, Mike.
Well, thank you for soldiering on, Charlie, and have to say, iPhone clips for the win.
The lower woods section before the left right-hander that caught everyone out last year is just as tricky and seems to be causing trouble to even the best riders. With a mix of off-cambers, exposed roots and tree to swerve around, the section itself is hard enough, but it also exhausts you for the upcoming steep section.
I'm good. You can put this back on my
Yeah, what do you want?
helmet.
Is it just clips
Just clips on. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, alright. Here you go.
Cheers.
With Charlie Trailside Services, forget all your worries while riding. Lost peak, flat tire, forgot your energy gels? Call 000 Trail and get one of our Trailside experts to assist you.
Man, that Charlie really is a nice guy. So we've come from the lower woods to the please don't be wet hairpin. It's a super steep section of track, and look at this. Oscar, ooh, how Whoa.
Good effort, bro. No,
Good
nice.
effort. So that's Oscar Griffiths demonstrating how to do that turn too quick. So this turn's got the deepest rut ever. And on the way into it, you have to actually turn the wrong way to drop yourself in for the corner. And with braking, it wears it away and makes the turn in tighter and tighter. So you actually want to set up high. Just takes that rut out of the equation. What opens up the turn, it works well. That is what Oscar was doing, but maybe don't go that fast. That was quite fast. But what's this? The course marker's there, so that means there's an inside line off the drop. And we did see a few people do it. It's way shorter, but it does mean this is such a steep section of track. It's hard to hold your line. You drop to the low, you slap the rut, and then you cover a photographer in the finest of French slop. It does look cool though. And it was the winning line that Amri did a few years ago. So down here, there is a super long rut. And the issue with ruts is you can't balance. You can only balance when you steer. So riders, if they are off balance, they will drag a leg. Now, you can miss the rut, like Max Hardturns down here. He did a little bit of gymnastics there, hopped across the rut. That worked quite well. Another option is Lockie Stevens McNabb. Watch this, he gets up high off camera, holds the line, catches the last bit of the rut, and that actually works really well. This is another option, watch. He gets high and then down the full right-hand side. That looked easy. I bet it wasn't easy, but it did look easy. Here's Ryan Pinkerton. He does a high line here. Now that misses the ruts completely, but it's really tight to get into. So let's ghost them. See who wins it. So round the turner, whoa, Dalen got that first turn really good. He sets up super high, and Ryan is in that small turn into the rut. Not as fast, and he's about 0.3 seconds behind here as Dylan goes low. He's on that low line. He's got a straight shot down to the finish as Ryan swings it up. Little clip out, but he puts his foot back on. Now he has a straighter line to the corner. He's a wider setup for it. I don't think he's going to be going fast enough now as they go round the corner. Dylan takes it by 0.69. Nice. Very nice. So next up, we did get Tyler from the Yeti team. He got that inside line. The cleanest we saw, the exit was messy, damn the outside foot, but he didn't slow down. Let's see if that shorter line makes a difference. So round into the corner, Tyler's slowing down because he knows he's going for that inside line. Dylan gets high, gets off the brakes, round that corner, heading for that nice line next to the netting he found. Tyler's off the drop, so he should be catching him up here. He's gone so much less distance. Are they going to meet up at the same time? Oh, they're pretty close, but then Tyler loses his balance. Dylan accelerates away. It's going to be Dylan in this section. How much by? Oh, it's quite a lot. 1 second to Dylan. Super clean ride in, super interesting. This track is so hard, but that was a nice bit of smart clean riding from Dylan, considering it's his first race back.
So we've made it down the bottom, but not without struggles. It was really raining this morning and super slippery. It almost looked like the riders weren't putting the pace because they know the track is going to change and they don't really want to take any risk on his first morning of practice. It's midday right now and it's looking a little better. Like the sky is clearing up. It seems like it might even be sunny this afternoon. The new sections at the top were completely fresh this morning. No tracks, no nothing. So by now, I assume there's going to be some tracks or some ruts developing, and we're going to go and see what lines the riders are picking.
Now we're going to check out the top section. It goes from the start gate to the lake and includes a lot of fresh new sections on which the riders are scratching their heads on. The top section is fast, with a classic French grassy off-camber coming off 2 berms, leading into a jump section that can actually be tricky considering the current conditions and the state of the landings.
We have now arrived to the 2 brand new sections that the Leger Dig team has concocted for us. There's lines everywhere, right, left, roots, there's off cambers, there's at least 3 or 4 different lines you can pick in each corner, which we haven't seen in the last few World Cups. For example, Andorra and Leogang were quite single line. So it's nice to see that some World Cup venues are opening up some sections and leave the riders space for creativity in their lines and in their riding.
The first section offers an off-camber to right-hander. We can see riders picking the outside line into the rut, which seems cleaner and safer, and some picking the inside line, which is more risky because you can slide out more easily, but lines you up better for the next section. This next section is basically line galore. You can go inside, middle, or outside. Even though inside is way shorter, it's really hard to turn left, as it becomes flat and off-camber afterwards, with very little support. Riders were trying all sorts of different maneuvers in combo, but I honestly don't think anyone has found a winning line yet.
Ça sèche encore un peu, ça peut devenir une possibilité, mais pour l'instant, middle.
Yeah, it's a lot to figure out. Super challenging, slippery and technical and changing every run. It's hard because there's roots everywhere and it's off camber, so just gotta try and find the right ruts and flow and try and get some grip, but it's tough.
Once the riders have passed the right-hander, they have 2 rooty off-camber options. Go full inside and hang on for dear life with their foot out, trying to hang on to their line and not slide out. Or go outside, head the rut and go over the off-camber root garter. It's slower but safer and lines you up better for the next section. We can see Dak struggling here to make that right-hander. The trick is to get wide enough in between those trees to catch the rut. Otherwise, you're just 1 foot sliding on this 65th off-camber French section. Following a few bike park berms, we enter the second fresh section. The entrance is single line, but it's still catching out some of the best riders on the planet. After clearing this rooty mess, the riders can either go outside with considerable speed, catch the rut, then exit the left-hander. However, at the time of training, the rut wasn't perfect and tended to send the riders towards the pad. Riders can also choose the inside line, reducing their speed considerably and exposing themselves to a slide out, as there is no rut, but lining themselves up better for the next straight and avoiding a potential pad hit.
We still don't really know what the conditions are going to be on Saturday. Will the track evolve in a good way? Is it going to get really sticky? We don't really know yet.
From everyone here in the studio, that's just me, massive thanks to the brave wet boys on track, getting all that footage, much appreciated. Stay tuned for Story of the Race and watch the race if you can, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks everyone.